Hi, welcome to the cold open of episode 53. This is your Survivor Series preview show. The Brothers of Discussion ran into 2 hours of discussion, and we want to make it easier for you to find what you're looking for and a little bit easier to digest than 2 straight hours of podcasting. So, we broke up the Survivor Series preview and the NXT War Games preview into 2 different episodes. If you're looking for NXT War Games preview, head over to episode 52. If you're looking for the Survivor Series preview, you found it. More importantly than just these preview episodes, the 1-year anniversary episode is coming up, episode 54. You want to subscribe to Brothers of Discussion. Why? Because you don't want to miss this episode. We have a big giveaway coming up on episode 54. All the details are going to come out at episode 54, so you can find out how you can be a part of this giveaway and become the very first winner on the Brothers of Discussion giveaways. That being said, I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the Brothers of Discussion preview of Survivor Series 2018.
I said, give me a hell yeah!
Welcome, wrestling fans, to a bout of epic proportions. It's time to strap on your boots, throw that title over your shoulder, and stumble to the middle of the ring for a double chokeslam from the Brothers of Discussion. In the far corner, the older, the wiser, the funnier, Mike Clang and Bang Clang. In the other corner, the younger, the quicker, the prettier, Matt, thumping and pumping Clang! Alright, jumping into Survivor Series, the 2018 match card! Mike, do you want to start with the...
2018 match card!
You want to start with Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali?
I mean, I guess we could start with the match that's going to steal the show.
I know,
We're getting Buddy versus Mustafa Ali. These guys have been knocking it out on 205 Live. Buddy, my God, I hats off to this guy for transforming his image, his body, his promo work, his character, his program. He went from NXT. You know what, man? I want to make some money. Get me on that main roster. All we got is 205 Live. Get me on 205 Live. I'm going to go win the title. This guy's been a wrestling machine. He's going over on Sunday, and I hope this match gets more than, the 5 minutes they traditionally give to the 205 Live roster for pay-per-views. These guys are money. I want Buddy to make Mustafa look like $1 million, who has the coolest mask in the game. Sorry, Rey Mysterio. But like a Jericho jacket turned into a mask. It's pretty damn cool to me. This is the entertainment business. Mustafa Ali just gets it. But Buddy's going over.
Now, here's a hot tag question, Mike.
Ooh.
Should Buddy Murphy actually be in a triple threat with Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar? I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Man, it's not a hot tag if it's an obvious yes.
That would have been funny. Well, this is the only match that actually has any bearing on any show going into the next week when you talk Raw and SmackDown.
And it's the only match that's not going to be part of the 15-hour Survivor Series extravaganza.
I'll say I'm excited for it.
We're going to hear... It's going to be on the pre-show, and we're going to hear Booker T say, "Wow, those two guys put on a heck of a show." And Renee Young's going to be like, "Yeah, what'd you think of the wrestlers?" "I don't know. I didn't really watch it." All right. Thank you, Booker. All right. Expert analysis there.
What? I don't blame Booker, obviously, because I just mixed up what was going on at Super Showdown.
I'm sure Booker's not on his third dessert beer and second, Knob Creek cocktail like you are.
I don't know. Do we know that? He does come up with quacky quacky duck duck.
That is
the
confirmed.
infamous line.
That is not officially confirmed. Yes, he could be doing a little quack quack under the desk. We don't know what's going on. Matt, In an unprecedented move, we're going to jump right into the Survivor Series Raw and SmackDown war, if you will.
Yeah.
We're going to have Seth Rollins, former tag team champion, as of just a week or so ago, current Intercontinental champion, will be fighting the representative of the United States of America, the U.S. champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. And, you know, there's been a lot of I Quit matches in the past. In an unprecedented move, we're going to see these two in an I Don't Care match. Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw said, you know, right now I don't care about Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura, I think he's ready to end his contract and go somewhere where they book him properly. Matt, who's winning this I Don't Care match?
Well, that's the funny thing is you'd think Shinsuke was gonna win it, only because you have Dean Ambrose come out and interfere with Seth Rollins, but I think
Yes.
WWE is making it pretty clear that they don't give a fuck about Shinsuke Nakamura. His contract will be up. He will go back to New Japan. He will make his triumphant return. He'll fight, Chris Jericho for weeks on end. Or months, I should say, since Jericho shows up every 6 months over at New Japan.
Yes.
And everybody acts like, wow, he's such a great guy for New Japan, even though he only fights here once every 6 months. Oh, shit, did I just call everybody out? Just kidding.
Oh,
Anyways,
part-timer.
Shinsuke's going back, but I still, the storyline here is Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. It'll still be WWE's opportunity to no-sell Shinsuke Nakamura, even with his victory. So he's going to take out Seth Rollins. He's going to go back to SmackDown with a win. If we're talking Ryder Cup rules, where I've actually been selling that NXT and NXT UK should be doing a Ryder Cup, and now they're doing it with Survivor Series, so fuck you, WWE writers. Why don't you hire us if you're going to listen to every one of our goddamn shows?
Yeah.
Damn it.
We're coming!
With that being said, this will be the easy win for SmackDown so that they can get 2 easy wins of Ronda and Brock.
SmackDown Live from Kyoto, Japan!
But yeah, to keep
Weighing in
things...
at 210 pounds, he is the artist, Shinsuke Nakamura!
But yeah, just so that it's not a complete blowout for Raw, Shinsuke's going to get a controversial win.
Oh, I thought you were going to do a JoJo impression calling out Seth Rollins.
Nope.
Oh, well.
Seth Rollins. I don't know how to do JoJo. How am I? Seth Rollins.
Yeah, Kenny Mickey is from the sheet. Seth Rollins.
Burn it down, you guys. It'd be kind of funny if when they announce Seth Rollins, like they say the phenomenal AJ Styles, if they're like, come on, you guys, burn it down for Seth Rollins.
Burn it down.
Burn it down.
With Seth.
Burn it down. Burn it down. All right,
Rollins.
Mike, where's your head at with this match? Did I take all the important?
Yeah, that about covers it. Because traditionally Raw wins the series every single year.
Right.
This is just one that pads the stats a little bit for SmackDown, so it doesn't look so bad. Dean's gonna come in, I don't know, punch Seth in the balls. Who cares?
Is he gonna punch him in the balls, or is he gonna punch him in the dick?
Oh, well, I think Daniel's got the dick kick market cornered, so I think this is gonna be a nut punch from Uncle Dean.
I like it. That's more.
All
That's
right.
more
Well,
like
that's
the
SmackDown
Raw.
getting on the board there with
Hey!
Shinsuke
Nakamura. So SmackDown's up 1-0.
Woo!
Why don't we head into the Tag Team Survivor Series
Clean
elimination
sweep,
match
clean sweep
of 10 on 10? Jesus.
Wow. Do we have enough apron for 20 guys?
Is there any way you can no-sell the tag division with one match? Vince? Yes.
Hell yeah, we can.
Fuck them all. They're all going to get pinned in about 10 seconds. All right. Send them out there.
McMahon's favorite Tupac song is obviously "That's Right, Bitch, Fuck 'Em All." Because that's what we're doing with this tag team division.
Bam.
Bow,
Bow, bow.
That's
right, bitch. Fuck 'em all. Bam.
Bobby Roode,
Bow,
Chad
bow.
Gable.
That's right, bitch. Fuck 'em
The Ascension, Lucha House Party, B Team. Don't forget the Revival, cause we did. Yeah, a little Tupac Shakur.
That's the hottest track coming from Brothers of Discussion.
Yeah, it's gonna be our new hot single coming up. Hey, you boppers! Hope you like hot music. All right, so there is absolutely no way in hell that the Raw Tag Team has a shadow of a doubt because they suck.
they do. I'm gonna
This
say
might be now. Okay, Matt. Now we know that it's not gonna be a clean sweep for Raw.
right.
Right. SmackDown will get some wins. However, I do think that there is an outside shot that SmackDown's tag teams clean sweep Raw's tag teams.
No, they are the
Wait,
snack
did
teams.
I say that right? The SmackDown teams are going to smack the Raw teams.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, that was a hard sentence to say.
No, I mean, you're talking about Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, The Ascension, Lucha House Party, the B Team, the Revival. So the only team with some size here is The Ascension. But, I mean, we're talking the Usos, the New Day, the Good Brothers, Sanity, and, well, the Clones. They'll be the first ones out. But the Good Brothers,
Right.
there's too much size, there's too much experience. If we're wrong, then this is going to be a clean sweep for Raw, the entire Survivor Series. If we're wrong about the kickoff show, that's what's happening.
Okay, I listen. Chad Gable is a wonderful wrestler. A+.
Oh, you know what? He's the sweetest guy in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The Ascension. Have you seen them on the NXT archive?
Ah, so good.
Wow. Lucha House Party. Some of those guys are really good in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Have you
right?
seen them on 205 Live? So good.
Ooh, yeah. B Team.
Hey, the name speaks for itself.
Got a
They're
former
not a
NXT
C team.
champion in there.
Hey.
Former NXT champion.
Mike, it doesn't say CD or E team. The B's passing.
That's the B Team, bitch. And then they haven't done much on the main roster, but if you turn on NXT, they were pretty sweet. The Revival.
Oh. I mean, yeah, the Raw tag division is hot garbage. I think it's pretty obvious when you've got Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins trading the titles with Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler for 2 or 3 months. They have zero confidence.
Like, you've got easily 2 Hall of Fame, like first ballot Hall of Fame teams in the Usos and the New Day.
Yeah.
You got the Good Brothers, which, you know, they might get pinned. Then you got Sanity, who easily has the biggest beef of all, 20 guys in this match. Whether or not they're going to put out Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf or let, Eric Young get in there. That poor bastard. He still hasn't been on a main roster pay-per-view.
Poor guy.
Well, remember we talked about he's going to be in the Matt Bloom role? The writers obviously heard that, and they're like, hey, Eric Young, hey, fuck you. You're not going to be on a single episode of my show, you fucker.
We heard this podcast.
We heard this podcast that said you should be a coach.
We're
we
not
also
saying
said you could wrestle a bit, but we're just going to take the coach part. And fuck you. And then they gave him a crotch chop, and there he is. Now he's, in this match. And then the Colognes, which...
Right.
They've been booked like they're a tag team on Raw.
Well, that's not a fuck you from the writers to the talent. That's more of a fuck you, the writers to the fans, because where the fuck where are they coming from? What the hell? I mean, you want us to care about this.
I thought Sanity was over.
No, the Colognes.
I mean, not like finished. I mean, like, Finn Balor over.
Oh, yeah, over.
Not that over, but I mean, people were like, hey, Sanity. Killian Dane, he was in the Andre the Giant, Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Eric Young.
We're spending too much time on this.
I know.
The WWE doesn't give a shit about 10 tag teams. 10 tag teams, they're saying, we don't give a shit about you. go at it. So why? We're done. We're picking SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Fucking.
All right.
I mean, hopefully Sanity gets something going forward. It's an absolute. But that's the thing. I could say how terrible it is that they haven't been booked better, but how many times have we said that about NXT talent?
This tag team division is absolutely a place where we need to do some reshuffling or a call up. Like, we need Undisputed Era and the Raw roster stat.
I will never understand why the bar was moved to SmackDown, because that tag division was so loaded. There was no reason for the bar to go over there, but here they are, and now they're battling AOP.
Yeah, I mean, all the Raw guys are teams that have just gotten used and abused. Revival abused. B Team, NXT champion, and Axel's kid just down the toilet.
Yeah.
Kurt Hennig. Lucha House Party. 205 Live guys that they don't care about. We've talked about Rude, Gable, and the Ascension. So that we got two pretty definite, I think, guarantees for SmackDown, which moves us into the I guess the main tag match, AOP versus the Bar.
Yeah.
AOP has not established themselves at all. I have to think this is a match that they win. The Bar's, they're multiple champions. They got Cesaro and, Sheamus. These guys are, Teflon. AOP actually wears Teflon to the match. Responsibly, you can't have AOP lose. You can't. You can't have the entire tag team division of Raw be bitched out to SmackDown. So AOP has to go over. The betting money's on AOP. Unless you've... Whoa. Yeah, that was like right in the mic there. Careful.
Sorry. I'm going to say... it's so tough because the Bar has kind of been no-sold, even though they're tag champs. And there is this...
And they have the Big Show.
Yes, I was just going to say the Big Show is booked to be ringside. I think...
So he might turn again.
Yeah, I think that could figure in because now we're talking Shinsuke, the Bar, and...
Yeah, it's going to be
tag
AOP.
match.
We got to start getting Raw some wins. Raw really needs it.
Do they? I don't know, because now, there's still that opportunity. How many matches do we have here? Are we talking, okay, Brock versus Daniel 1, Charlotte Ronda 2, then you've got 2 traditional Survivor Series matches, 3, 4, Seth versus Shinsuke 5, Bar is 6, and then 10 versus 10 is 7. Okay, so somebody's got to win 4-3 here. So... what are we looking at? We've got Shinsuke, Okay, so there's only 3 wins for SmackDown on the board, and they can't go up 4-0 before the main events start.
Whoa! I only have 2. Shinsuke is SmackDown, and the SmackDown tag teams are gonna win. AOP is Raw, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got 2-1 for SmackDown.
No, I'm trying to make the argument for AOP over the Bar because I'm also counting the women's Survivor Series matches going SmackDown's way. So I'm jumping ahead. Okay, so I'm gonna pick the Bar. I'll say that'll be one of the deciders, I guess, for the whole night. But I'm gonna go with the Bar. Bar's winning this match. Like I said, they've been no-sold. I think AOP is still young enough that it'll be believable. Big Show's at ringside. Let's go. The Bar.
Wow. Well, I think you're the minority on that one. I think the betting money is on AOP.
I don't care where the betting money is, Michael. I picked the Red Wings to win the last 3 games, and they've been the underdog, and they've won all 3. So
Man, I don't know what you're talking about. All I watch is wrestling.
Okay.
So, we move on to a traditional Survivor Series match.
All right, let's talk the men's match.
Between Raw and SmackDown. It feels so what the freak is cooking? We got Natty Ice, Mickey, Nia, Tamina, and Ruby Riott versus Carmella, Naomi, Asuka, Sonya, and making her main roster debut, TBD.
I thought you were gonna say Nikki Cross. I guess that's probably one that it could be Nikki. It could also be, we could be looking at a Trish or a Lita coming back. I know.
I think you were right with the Nikki Cross guess.
Yeah,
that's a better guess.
That seems like the best route to go. She's one that can lose, but we're still happy that she's on the main roster. Like, she can get pinned. But now that I look at this, I think I'm going Raw. I mean, you've got Nia and Tamina. Like, Nia's got a mean right. We all know that, especially Becky.
And
no
punches pulled.
Yeah, Ruby Riott, I'd say, really puts this team over. Natty's an easy loss, but Mickey's been around forever. Natty's been around forever, but Natty's an easy loss. Mickey's been around forever. You've got this problem of Natty turning against the whole team. But it's also 4-on-1, so I don't know how much trouble she can really cause. And then the other team has Carmella, Sonya. Asuka and Naomi are great, but we also don't know who TBD is, even though I'm picking Nikki Cross. So I'm gonna go with Raw on this one. I want to start some picks here that aren't super obvious, and I'll go with the one that looks like it's obvious. This team can't get through their problems. Maybe Natty, she'll just turn heel right in the middle of the match, and she'll be like, "Yeah, fuck my dad."
Oh, Jesus. I think whenever you have a TBD on your team, you're gonna win.
All right.
And it's a tough pick to make, like, to put money on, because if you're looking at the Raw team, you're looking at Natty, who's a vet, Mickey, vet, Nia and Tamina are large women, like noticeably larger than anybody else in this match.
Nice.
And then Ruby Riott, who's gonna have her cohorts probably hanging out, under the ring or some silly thing. So SmackDown has Carmella, who traditionally is kind of one with hook and crook. And then Naomi and Asuka, who haven't really been booked to win anything of relevance in months. Sonya, who has never been booked properly, as far as, wins and losses are concerned. She's kind of been a punching bag. So with that said, with those four, it's all about the TBD. That's really the only trump card SmackDown has. And I have to pick SmackDown for this one because outside of that, the other matches coming up, I'm going Raw.
Rah, rah, rah. Well, you gave that away.
For this match, I think that's about it. People looking strong are going to be Nia and Tamina. Hopefully Nikki Cross. Hopefully Sonya. I've been reading the tea leaves, reading some of the press about it. They think Sonya's going to have, maybe her coming out moment. But we got, Ronda, Shayna, and then Jessamine and Marina, on the peripherals. And Sonya was also supposed to be an MMA fighter. So now we're going to have 5 MMA style fighters. Maybe
that's fine. That's just the difference between picking football players.
We haven't seen her, get a fair shot yet. So maybe this will be it. I'd be surprised if it was.
And I just want to throw a quick shout out to Juan A. Juan, you wanted to know on Facebook who do we see as being the mystery woman for Team SmackDown? I'm saying Nikki Cross.
Yeah, they planted the seeds with her fight against Becky. She put up a good showing. Really tough to not pick her. You could maybe throw a legend in there, a Trish or a Lita. I don't think that's super appropriate because the last we saw those women, they were fighting, Sasha and Bayley. So it'd be kind of out of left field. This should be Nikki Cross's, real Survivor Series debut.
Yeah.
So we can move on to the men's traditional Survivor Series match. For Raw, we're getting Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, and Bobby Lashley. And then they're going up against I don't know what you want to call this team, Matt. It's not a who's that. It's not a who's who. It's a that's who we picked kind of team. So you got the Miz, who we love.
Yeah, we love the
work.
Miz
I don't know
character.
If he's the greatest. Yeah. You got Samoa Joe, who he's a badass. Okay, it's fine. You got Jeff Hardy, who's 41, 42, too old to be on this team.
Yep.
Rey Mysterio, who's 41, 2, 3, too old to be on this team. And then you have did I say oldest? I meant to say greatest wrestler of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, Shane McMahon. What a fucking joke this is.
Yep.
We also have a major stipulation just put together on Monday Night Raw where Stephanie McMahon told Braun Strowman, if you show teamwork, you get whatever you want. So he has the green light to behave himself.
Yeah.
And also just destroy SmackDown at all costs.
Yeah, I feel like, what's funny is how much excitement I came in with talking NXT, and now I can already feel like how draining this is and how draining it's going to be on Sunday. But, gosh, if you've got Samoa Joe, who loves losing. You've got The Miz, who's made to lose. You've got Mysterio, who's too tiny. And obviously, he's going to go up against Braun at some point, and hopefully, he doesn't, fall over and put himself in a 619. And you've got Jeff Hardy, who I'll say he also loves to lose, almost as much as Samoa Joe. There's no way that SmackDown's winning this match. And forget the fact, if we want to play that game, if we want to play kayfabe for a couple minutes here and say if Daniel Bryan was in this match, it was going to be different. No, it wasn't going to be different. This match was going to be a loss for SmackDown. You've got a guy like Bobby Lashley, who it looks like they're trying to build up as a competitor for Brock Lesnar. Yes. Finn Balor, who shouldn't lose another match for another few months. Drew McIntyre, who refuses to lose. He declared himself as the man on Raw. So I wrote an article about Becky Lynch and Drew McIntyre being the two best. So, of course, in the next month, they both declare themselves as being the man on their respective television programs. And you've got Braun Strowman, who's in charge of being a responsible teammate and making sure that this team doesn't lose so that he can get a title shot against Brock Lesnar. And, of course, who else is going to fight Brock Lesnar? So everything points to Raw. This is Raw's victory. Yeah, I think at this point,
if you look at last year's team, even when they had Shane, they still had AJ, they still had Randy Orton, they still had Dean Ambrose. Like, they had stars. This is, Samoa Joe's been criminally booked. Miz, his job is not to win matches. It's to, hook or crook against, the baby faces that you love. That's his job,
Yep.
And then you got Mysterio and Jeff Hardy, who, you talk about being long in the tooth. I mean, come on. SmackDown's supposed to be the land of opportunity. We're giving these two, 40-year-old plus guys, this kind of spot. It's tough. I mean, Raw should go over easily in this match. Should, maybe like, 5-0 or 4-0. This should be a pretty, like, this is as lopsided as the tag team Survivor Series match.
And I'm going to kind of run a promo real quick on some of our Facebook fans. For anybody that thinks that we need just nonstop Survivor Series style matches, I mean, this is the problem. The problem is it turns into a gimmick match. And you and I are discussing who's going to win and lose, and we look at a name like The Miz. The Miz is not going to pin anybody. We look at a name like Shane. Shane should not pin anybody, and if he does, it'll be because someone else lays out a finisher, and Shane will fall on top of him. It's just these matches have the amount of effort that needs to be put into place to ensure that the right guys are getting over, even when they lose. And you can't, like, it's all got to turn into a cartoon by the end of it. And I think right now we're in a world where we do I mean, we love NXT. We love NXT UK. And I think we want to see more things that revolve around great wrestling with storyline to make it juicier rather than storyline plus cartoon will make this watch, I don't know, digestible is probably a better word to use than watchable. I'm not excited about this match besides the fact that Drew McIntyre's in it and I get a hot steamy boner whenever he's in a match. So besides that hot steamy boner I'm due for at about 9:45 on Sunday night, I'm not excited for this match.
No.
Sorry, Mom, if you're listening. I'm not sure if you guys... Sorry, parents. That's...
Yeah, I'm sorry. This match is just... I think it would look a little bit better if it, arguably 3 of the 5 on SmackDown do not belong on this at all. Like, there should not be Shane, Mysterio, and Jeff Hardy all staggered on one match, on one team.
This was a perfect opportunity for an Andrade Cien Almas
to
get some pins.
How did
to
Almas
build his
not
character.
Exactly.
This is an opportunity for everybody on Sanity to get some pins, to build their character. Instead, we're watching guys that are in this match because we know any one of them can take a pin, and they're all going to be fine. Miz, Shane, Smojo, Mysterio, Jeff Hardy. This team is built to lose.
Yeah, I mean they're all there to basically take pins from.
God, that should have been
Strowman.
That should have been our only argument. There's 5 guys on Raw that should not take a pin against 5 guys on SmackDown that can all take a pin. That's the argument there.
I mean, you can tell that I'm just trying to spitball here some more names.
Yeah.
Like Harper could have been in there. We could have had my boy. Christ. I thought we still had Rusev on SmackDown.
Yep.
And he's just kind of lost in the shuffle. I would have preferred a real wrestler like Shelton Benjamin. We could have had Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, he tweeted out today, "Do you guys miss me?"
Randy Orton.
That tells the story. Oh my God, great pick.
How's Randy Orton not on there?
Oh, he's on
And you got
vacation.
Jeff Hardy and Shane McMahon. So I mean they don't care about it. So I this is a match. I'm just it's nice that Drew McIntyre is going to get some TV time and Strowman's going to have to behave himself. The only way he gets eliminated is if Baron Corbin comes out and does some shenanigans. But I mean Drew and Dolph are going to be there at the end. So Raw's going over easily.
Yeah, I agree, and I want to do this. We got multiple questions from Patrick D, who we mentioned earlier. Talked about bringing War Games to the main roster. Patrick also asked, and we're going to get into this right now, so I'm not going to answer right away. Do you think WWE is going to let Ronda beat Charlotte, and how bad will Brock beat up Daniel Bryan? We're going to get into that in these next 2 matches here. Why don't we start with Charlotte and Ronda, if that's okay with you?
Yeah. Well, I think both of these women are, really, Charlotte has put in, years of great work. We watched her grow up in NXT. She's, been a multiple champion on the main roster. She has a few scary, bumps she's taken here and there, but she knows how to do a money match for the women. And Ronda has, with a very, very limited professional wrestling resume, limited experience.
She's a very limited
really,
set of skills.
Yeah, she's really, opened eyes. She's been incredible. She's earned, all the attention that WWE gives her. And as far as who's going to be beating up who, we talked about it before. We talked about NXT Takeover. Becky Lynch. I would be shocked. I would fall out of my chair if she did not in some way interfere in this match, because I don't think if somebody's gonna take a loss, a clean loss, it would be Charlotte. But I think they want to still use this Becky juice, this Becky energy, this Becky Lynch intrigue that the crowd, this attraction to her, that they want her to win. They want her to overcome. They want her to be this badass. They want to see more of her wearing the Irish war paint. She is going to interfere in some way. She's going to be pulling out a chair. She's going to be, costing somebody a victory, and I think she's going to be trying to do some real damage to one of these women. So as far as Ronda, how bad she's going to beat up Charlotte, I don't know about that, but I do think Lynch is going to bring hell to these two women.
Mike, I'm going to say these Irish and Scots, they feud a lot.
No.
But the one thing they do is they give me, when they come to the ring, they give me a hot, steamy boner. And I would love, Mike, for Becky to come to the ring and make her presence felt in this match. I don't know if the WWE is going to let her do it. And I'm just saying that as someone who would absolutely love to see Becky come to the ring. I just, like I said, the Irish and Scots, you talk about a guy like Drew McIntyre. Oh, man. Whew. You got Becky Lynch. Man, those kids would be beautiful. But when it comes to both of them being at Survivor Series, I think we're only going to get a Scottish presence. And with that... Well, I mean, we are going to see Sheamus, so I'm wrong there. But this is going to be Nia's moment. Nia and Tamina are going to interfere. You're right. We are not getting a clean finish to this match. There are too many names at stake. This was not an opportunity to write Charlotte into a main event match and have her lose and have her character fall even deeper into the abyss. This wasn't that moment. But like I said, I just worry about the WWE. And they've already written her off the match. I don't think she's even going to show up.
Oh, well, I would be surprised. That's all I'm going to say, and I really think that this
Don't be surprised, Mike. I'm telling you. Listen to your brother. Your brother of discussion is telling you not to be surprised.
That Big E was going to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. And I have the experience of having my heart broken. And I didn't say the Royal Rumble, I said Money in the Bank, and he wasn't even in that match. Think of how I felt, Mike.
Yes, exactly, Matt. Clueless. So, now that we've confirmed Matt is a know-nothing, buffoon, Ronda, Rousey, Rowdy, Ronnie, Roundy Rousey is going out on top because Raw's got to even out those numbers.
Wait, so how's Becky figuring into this? She's going to come out and only make sure SmackDown loses? I thought she was going to beat up Ronda. I thought that's what you were saying.
I think she's going to hit both of them, but I think that Roundy Rousey.
Oh, shit.
She is the most protected woman in wrestling history. She's going over.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm picking Ronda to win by disqualification because
I don't think a last-minute addition to a Ronda Rousey match is going to get a win over her.
Well, here's what's going to happen. Nia is still going to get a win for Raw because she's going to beat up Ronda. I honestly think that'll be part of the thought process. So Ronda will be Charlotte will be disqualified because of the interference and the attack on Ronda. So I'm giving Ronda the win because she's the one who's getting outside interference. But yeah, that's where my head's at. Mike, let's go to this last match. Jesus. Patrick D wants to know, how bad is Brock going to beat the shit out of Daniel Bryan?
He's going to beat the shit out of Daniel Bryan.
Hey, Brock, you're going to face the guy who took my title. You better beat the shit.
He kicked me in the dick, Brock. So you better guard your dick.
Brock, for my dick, you better kick Daniel Bryan. I don't know where to go with this. I'm not good at improv, but if I could say this, it's that I know how to clap and talk really quick.
Yeah, you sound like Percy Watson getting mad. I don't know if that's AJ. There's no southern accent to it.
Yeah, there was.
You gotta put a little bit of a bubba.
A little bit of stank on it.
You gotta put some stank on it. 'Cause I don't like y'all.
Hey!
Hey! You think think AJ Styles can't scat? AJ Styles is a phenomenal scatter. Skid did dip, billy bop, do do boo boo down the boo.
Well, with that being said, Mike, let me hot tag. Ready?
Have you seen a snowball in hell?
I said
That's
hot
Daniel
tag,
Bryan's
goddammit.
chance on Sunday.
We have one rule.
Hot tag, goddammit.
We have one
All
rule
right,
on this podcast.
One rule, both feet must be Matt Riddles, and they must be bare. All right, go ahead, man.
Is there any way that a guy who just held the WWE Championship for a full year is not going to make his way to the ring at Survivor Series?
Is there any way that the face of SmackDown Live not make some sort of cameo?
I'm Percy, talking about AJ being pretty hot.
Hey, man. AJ Styles, he never gets a fair rap.
Nigel, you serious?
But you are. Look at Brock, he's turning his hips and he's really lifting Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan.
Well, now that everybody's tuned out, Mike, what do you think about that question?
Well, I do say that I really love doing impressions of WWE cast and characters.
That being said,
so to confirm, I think we have. How many matches have we for Survivor Series? How many have we predicted will have some sort of interference?
so here, all of them.
Just every single match will have some sort of run.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So to keep the streak alive.
All 7 matches have somebody run. Yeah, Cormier is going to come in for this one.
All right.
Daniel Bryan.
Great.
Okay, so we didn't have one for the men's match, did we? Oh, Baron Corbin. For the women? Well, we did say Ruby's the Riot Squad. We don't have one for Rollins and Shinsuke. Oh, Dean Ambrose. AOP versus The Bar. That'll be clean. Oh, Big Show. Okay. The tag team match. That's the only clean match on the card.
Oh, the kickoff show?
The kickoff.
What about Sanity?
No, the Survival. The tag team Survivor Series elimination match. And it doesn't count to have, Xavier Woods or Eric Young or Alexander Wolf. That doesn't count. Those guys are there.
All right, that's what I was counting as there's also a Lucha House Party has 3 guys, so.
Oh, damn it. Man, we do have, an interference for every match.
Yep. Dean Ambrose, Big Show. I mean, you did it all here. So none of these are going to be clean, and I think we've also found, we're realizing that Survivor Series means very little to creative, to Vince, to the heads of marketing, everybody, top to bottom.
Yeah, because everything just is over on Monday. You're not going to see these people at work again until January.
Right. Which is when we'll be at Royal Rumble. If you're a fan of Brothers in Discussion, you should come say hi in Section 324. Go ahead. Yeah, we're really winding down here.
Yet another.
We are free, by the way, just to go. Daniel Bryan is going to win this match. End of the show. Good night, everybody.
I can't do that. It's Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar, Matt. Come on. If anyone is protected more than Rousey Rowdy, it's Brock the Beast Lesnar.
All right.
He's already destroyed Randy Orton, John Cena, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Triple H, CM Punk. He's going to beat 198-pound Daniel Bryan.
Here's what's going to happen, Mike.
Here's where you're wrong.
I'm going to paint this for you. What was the first?
Daniel's going to go on a yes kick tirade directly into Brock's nuts.
For the 10 versus 10, I pick SmackDown. I picked The Bar to beat AOP. I picked Shinsuke to beat Seth Rollins. Then, so now it's 3-0. Then I picked Raw in both of the Survivor Series matches. Now it's 3-2. And I picked Ronda to beat Charlotte. It's 3-3.
Yes.
So we head into the main event of Brock versus Daniel Bryan, champion versus champion.
3-3.
And we're all thinking, of course, Brock's going to win this.
Comes down
Raw
to this.
has won so many Survivor Series in a row. Daniel Bryan, on his farewell tour, as we mentioned earlier tonight, was a hint at what my selection was going to be. Daniel Bryan beats Brock Lesnar and heads back to SmackDown as the triumphant heel champion.
Wow.
That will face off against AJ Styles and will ensure that our tickets that we paid for Royal Rumble will not feature either one, Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles, or both.
Wow.
Yes. We are guaranteed to not get Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble. Mike, what do you think?
I think that definitely sounds
I mean, we'll
like
see him in a
something
match.
the writers would do to us. There's no way Daniel is beating Brock Lesnar. Nobody beats Brock Lesnar.
Hey, I'm going one way, you're going the other. I'm
7
going
foot, 400-pound Braun Strowman.
SmackDown.
No shot. Daniel Bryan
wins the night. SmackDown wins the night.
Daniel's... He can't even do his submission move because his arms can't get around Brock's shoulders.
We're
It's not gonna happen.
We're gonna post this. We're gonna see who wins. I'm picking SmackDown. You're picking Raw. One of us gets to run a 2-minute promo on the loser on the next episode of Brothers of Discussion. But don't forget, folks. I'm mentioning this now. I should have mentioned it at the top of the show. We are going to have a giveaway. 6 months of the WWE Network. And we're trying to figure out if we can give away a Pro Wrestling Tees gift card as well.
Ooh.
So after we hear from them, what we're going to do is give away we're going to have 2 winners here. But what you got to do is continue to follow us on Twitter and Facebook so you can get all the details. But on the next episode of the Brothers of Discussion, we're going to have all of the legal documents taken care of. And you're going to know how you can win this competition because it's going to be the 1-year anniversary of the Brothers of Discussion. So not only are you going to hear a 2-minute promo for the winner of whoever picks Survivor Series betterer, but you're also going to hear all the details for our giveaway of the WWE Network subscription for 6 months or possibly a Pro Wrestling Tees gift card. You need to tune in to the next episode. 1, it's going to be so much fun to recap the last year since Brothers of Discussion started. And 2, we're going to celebrate you. But number 3, of course, are those 2.
We're going to celebrate me.
Are those the giveaway of the gift cards as well as that 2-minute promo. So many reasons to tune into the next episode. I hope you'll tune in. Before we go, Mike, I want to ask you one last question. From Eduardo, we hear from Eduardo every week. He is one of the best Brothers of Discussion fans, and Eduardo, I guarantee you're going to come up on the 1-year anniversary. Thank you, my man, for tuning in every week. We love you. His question is, and I think this is a great way to wrap up this show too, so he did a good job waiting to ask this question last. Will Raw or SmackDown ever be better than NXT? And you don't have to pick both. You can pick will Raw or SmackDown individually ever be better than NXT?
Yes. Did you need details?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me how that happens.
There's going to be some NXT call-ups. And like right now we're just in a magic period where it seems like that entire NXT roster from top to bottom is just oozing with talent. We definitely had some runs where, we love Almas, but I don't think he was ready to be NXT champion. I think that was kind of a lull. When Ty Dillinger was at the top of the card, we love him, but I don't know if he was top of the card material. We were rooting for, teams like the Vaudevillains. We had Enzo and Cass, who, had some charisma, but, not the best, wrestlers of all time. And, you can't just have a perfect NXT roster forever. So there's going to be some lulls. And, there's going to be a time when all these NXT guys we're seeing now, the Ricochets, the Adam Coles, the Ciampas, the Garganos, the Pete Dunnes, all those guys are going to get called up. So I think when you're at that period, That's going to be an evolution for WWE, because they're going to be catering to these guys who are not, the stereotypical Vince shape. You're going to have even more of them. They can talk, they can wrestle, they can, get products over, they can make money for you. Those are going to be new priorities that the main roster is going to have to get used to, and NXT is going to have, some really big shoes that they're going to have to fill. I haven't even mentioned fringe guys, like the Lars Sullivan. I didn't even mention Velveteen Dream. I didn't mention Aleister Black. This is a stacked NXT roster right now. So at some point when all those, heavy hitters get called up, NXT is going to have, tough problem, because you've got mega stars. You've got real polished athletes, polished wrestlers. So yeah, at some point, that's going to happen.
I've been hurt too many times before, so my answer is a lot less eloquent and way more boring. I was just going to say no. But that's those are the opinions of the Brothers of Discussion, folks. I'm going to recap everything on bodpodcast.com. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at bodpodcast. We have a big weekend coming. You're not going to want to miss anything that we post on social media. Again, that's Twitter and Facebook at bodpodcast. And we'll update you as the week goes along on bodpodcast.com. Of course, with the episodes. Of course, with the blogs. Blogs are still to come. November, I want to make a hot month. And of course, feel free to contact us. Let us know anything you're thinking. Contact us on social media. Contact us on bodpodcast.com. There's a page called Contact Us. Go there. Say hi to us. Give us your email. We'll send you emails back.
Take it out. Play with it a little.
And with that being said, don't miss. This was episode 52. That's what you're listening to right now. Don't miss episode 53. It's the start of year 2 of the Brothers of Discussion. Season 2 of the Brothers of Discussion. These 2 preview shows are out of the way. We will talk Survivor Series. We'll talk War Games. But we're also going to give you an opportunity to win some money for WWE Network. Maybe some Pro Wrestling Tees gift cards. We're still trying to work that out. I probably shouldn't have even said it on the air. And we're also going to talk our 2-minute promo for whoever won the Survivor Series prediction thing. But tune in for all that. Episode 53 coming out next week. Thanks for listening to this episode. We love you all, and we hope that you enjoy this weekend, and we hope that Survivor Series can live up to all the money that's being put into it.
This weekend, all of our fans will be coming.
Gross. You serious right now, Nigel?
I certainly do. It looks like some coming. Look at those hips.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, that was perfect. All right, thanks, everybody. Have a good one. And thanks for sending us messages on Twitter and Facebook. It was perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye.
Okay.
Hey everybody, first of all, gotta thank you. Thank you for tuning in to Brothers of Discussion. Reading that blog, following us on social media, being a member of the faction means so much to us, so truly, thank you. But as we continue to grow, we want to let you know that 75 and Woodward is back on the air. 75 and Woodward is your solution to keeping track of Detroit sports. We offer a quick look at the teams that matter most to you in the Mitten State. We give you an opportunity to stay informed and sound smart at the water cooler. 75 and Woodward will look into the biggest news in transactions, players, and games in Michigan. Count on us for Red Wings, Pistons, Lions, Tigers, Wolverine, and Spartan coverage. Look, no one has time to listen to call-in radio for sports coverage anymore. Let us find the analytics that matter to you, and we'll get you back to work. 75 and Woodward, giving you Detroit sports coverage at 70 miles an hour.